Jai Hind, Namaste viewers. Welcome to the second episode of Election Simplified. In the first episode, we saw how the elections are still 7 months away. It's difficult to predict the results as bulk of the voters in India are late deciders, almost 64-65%, and bulk of the voters are ideologically neutral, almost 70%. Further, we saw how the top 5 states, UP, Maharashtra, Bihar, Bengal and Tamil Nadu, could well decide the fate of both the alliances, the NDA and the INDIA. We also discussed about the durability of the Modi factor, which could play a key role in determining who wins the elections. So now, who will win 2024? Now, there are 3 players in this key election puzzle. One is the BJP, second is the Congress, and third, there are a pool of regional parties, a number of regional parties. We will now talk about them in detail, about how they are placed for the general elections due next year. Now let's talk about the 2 parties, the BJP and the Congress. Of course, they are the 2 biggest political parties in India. The BJP has 303 MPs in the Lok Sabha, while the Congress has 52. The BJP has 90 odd MPs in the Rajya Sabha, while the Congress has 30 odd. The BJP has close to 1400 MLAs, while the Congress has 700 plus. The BJP won more than 1 seat in 25 states, whereas the Congress won more than 1 seat in 18 states, implying that these are the only truly national parties. In Election Simplified, in all the episodes, we consider only BJP and Congress as the national parties. All other parties for us are regional parties. Apart from Congress and BJP, only 2 other parties, NCP and CPM, won more than 1 seat from 2 or more states. While BJP today has 10 chief ministers, Congress has 4. AAP is the only other party in India which has more than 1 chief minister apart from BJP and Congress. So in terms of centrality of the Indian politics, these 2 parties occupy the key positions today, and not only today, from a large part of now, let's say 50 years. BJP in its original avatar BJS and Congress before 1980, and today the BJP and the Congress. While the BJP received 23 crore votes in 2019, the Congress received almost half at only about 12 crore votes. Now friends, let's talk about Congress. The Congress party has dominated the national political scene since independence to almost, you can say, 1989. It benefited largely from being credited with getting India independence from the British. It has won all the elections from 1952 to 1971, losing for the first time in 1977 to a united opposition due to the public anger against the imposition of emergency by the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. In 1980, the Congress made a comeback because of the disintegration of the Janata Party, but lost again in 1989 in the aftermath of the Bofors scam. Since 1989, it has lost its pole position in Indian politics. It won on an average more than 300 seats from 1952 to 1984, barring the 1977 election where it won almost 150 seats, and has in the same period of 1952 to 84 recorded an average vote share of 43%. After 1989 also, the party has been in power for 15 years. First from 1991 to 96 under the leadership of P.V. Narasimha Rao, and then from 2004 to 14 under the leadership of Manmohan Singh. However, both the times it had to form an alliance with regional parties as it couldn't achieve the majority mark on its own. Now, the loss or the decline of the vote share in the Congress has been fairly gradual. First in the coalition era to regional parties due to Mandal and the BJP due to Kamandal. From 40% in 1989, its vote share fell to almost 29% in 2009 elections. The final blow to the Congress has been handed over by the Narendra Modi led BJP in the last two elections. In 2014, friends, the Congress couldn't even score half a century, its lowest ever tally, losing more than 150 seats compared to 2009. In 2019, it received a second rubbing of sorts, barely managing to better its 2014 tally by 8 seats. In the last two elections, in the Modi era, Congress's vote share has fallen below 20%. Now the big question is, has the Congress party bottomed out? Could it fall even further in 2024, or from here it will only rise? Only time will tell. The fact that in the last two elections it has recorded around 20% vote share shows that a significant part of this could be its loyal ideological voter, and this could stay with the party no matter what. So friends, what has happened to Congress? What's the issue with the Congress party today? You must have read and heard a lot about it, and I'm not going to repeat it. It will take many episodes to decode that, and it's pretty simple. The problem faced by the Congress is summed up beautifully in this chart which is showing on your screen now. Friends, the Congress got 12 crore votes in 1989 in the election when Rajiv Gandhi lost to VP Singh. Do you know how many votes the party got in the last election in 2019? The same 12 crore votes. So now, the interesting part is that in the last 3 decades, the vote share of the Congress party has remained stagnant as shown in the graph below. Whereas the number of total votes polled have doubled in this period from 31 crores in 1989 to almost 62 crores in 2019. So that's the dilemma which the party has been facing in the last 3 decades. It has not been able to add a single vote to what it got in 1989. Of course, it's visible in its vote share, which has fallen from 40% in 1989 to 20% currently. So now, after Congress, let's talk about the BJP. Now, the BJP story has two parts to it. One is a pre-1980 story and one is a post-1980 story. In its earlier avatar, the BJP was called as the Bharatiya Jana Sangh, a Hindu nationalist party which was founded in 1951 by Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. The BJP, as we all know, has close ideological and organizational links to the RSS. The Bharatiya Jana Sangh, by the 1967 election, had emerged as the third largest party in India, bagging 35 seats with 9.3% vote share. In 1977, under the leadership of Jai Prakash Narayan, the Bharatiya Jana Sangh, along with Ram Manohar Lohiya's Socialist Party, Chaudhry Charan Singh's Bharatiya Lok Dal, and Morarji Desai's Congress organization, joined together hands to form a party called as the Janata Party, and this party ultimately went on to defeat Indira Gandhi in the 1977 elections. The Janata Party won 295 seats. Out of this, 102 were won by Bharatiya Jana Sangh candidates, and it recorded a vote share of 14%. This is the vote share of the Bharatiya Jana Sangh alone. Now, by 1980, the Janata Party, in which the BJP had merged, disintegrated, and after the elections, the Bharatiya Janata Party was formed by Atal Bihari Vajpayee and LK Advani and a few other leaders. Now, in its new avatar, which is post-1980, the BJP made its debut with just 2 MPs in 1984. In 1984, as we all know, the Congress recorded its highest tally of 414 seats, benefiting from the sympathy wave created after the assassination of Indira Gandhi. In the 1989 elections, the BJP, capitalizing on the Bofors case against Rajiv Gandhi and the appeasement for none slogan in the aftermath of the Shah Bano case, won 85 seats. It joined hands with the Janata Dal and the left parties to form the government. It provided outside support to the VP Singh-led government. In 1990 is a very crucial year in the journey of BJP. In 1990, Lal Krishna Advani started the Rath Yatra in support of the Ram Janmabhoomi movement. And this yatra, friends, recatapulted BJP to the national scene again, with BJP emerging as the single largest party in 1996, 1998 and 1999 elections. During this period, just after the Yatra in 1991 or so, the BJP formed its first state governments in three states, Rajasthan, UP, and Madhya Pradesh. Now, Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the Prime Minister in 1996. However, his government lasted for only 13 days as he could not muster the numbers to cobble up to 272. In 1998, he was able to form a coalition, but the government lasted again for 13 months only. In 1999, the BJP-led NDA won a simple majority of 299 seats, and this time the BJP government lasted its full term. The BJP won 182 seats with 24% vote share. However, as we all know, the party was handed a shocking defeat in 2004 to the Congress-led UPA when all exit polls proved to be wrong. All the exit polls hoped that the NDA would secure a simple majority on the back of its India Shining campaign. From 2004 to 2009, its downward trajectory continued as Atal Bihari Vajpayee retired from politics and Advani could not replace Vajpayee, who was a more acceptable, a moderate leader, and that was what perhaps was required in a coalition era. The party could win just 116 seats with 19% vote share in 2009 elections. In 2014, under the charismatic leadership of Narendra Modi, the BJP won a historic mandate recording an all-time high of 282 seats, the only party to win a simple majority since 1984, Rajiv Gandhi's term. It even bettered its record, winning 303 seats with 37.5% vote share. If we see the transition or the evolution of the vote share of the Bharatiya Janata Sangh and the BJP over the years, we'll see that it has gone through many cycles. It started with a 3% vote share in 1952, reaching a peak of 14% in 1977 when it joined hands with other parties to defeat Indira Gandhi. This fell to 8% in 1984 when the rechristened BJP contested its first ever election. This rose to 26% in 1998 when Vajpayee-led NDA won the elections and fell again to 19% in 2009 under the leadership of Advani. Now it is almost at double the rate at 38% vote share in 2019 under the leadership of Narendra Modi. Now let's talk about the third piece in the puzzle, the regional parties. Regional parties, big and small, have played a key role in Indian politics since independence. There are many regional parties spread across the length and breadth of India. While some have preferred to align with the central government for better grants, some of them have been born out of anti-Congressism because Congress was the pole of the national politics from 1952 to 89, while many others have adopted a non-aligned approach. As BJP today occupies the pole position of the Indian politics, replacing Congress, many of these regional forces have now adopted an anti-BJP stance. For example, Mamata Banerjee's TMC, Stalin's DMK, Ajit Singh's RLD, Nitish Kumar's Janata Dal United, Uddhav Thackeray's Shiv Sena, they were all with NDA at one point of time, and all of these parties today are now with the INDIA bloc. The regional parties occupy the CM chair in 16 states and union territories in India, which is more than half of the states. Some in alliance with the BJP and Congress, while some are non-aligned. 7 of these chief ministers are in alliance with the BJP, which means they are part of the NDA. 6 with the Congress, which means they are part of the INDIA alliance. And 3 states, which is essentially Odisha, Andhra and Telangana, belong to regional parties which are non-aligned. In the national elections, regional parties have significant presence. Now, if we consider the national elections from 1952, the first to the last, which is 2019, the pool of regional parties combined together, which is excluding Congress and BJP, have recorded an average vote share of 49% during this period. On the other hand, the Congress and the BJP combined have recorded an average vote share of 51%. So the regional parties have received almost 50% of the vote share, while Congress and BJP combined have received the other 50%. So they are very important. A clarification here, of course, some of these parties would have contested in alliance with the BJP, some with the Congress, and some have remained non-aligned over the years. They have also flipped partners, as we have discussed earlier. Now, the best performance of the regional parties was in 2009 when they recorded a combined vote share of 53.6%. And what was their worst performance? In 2019, when they recorded just 43.1% vote share, as the contest became largely bipolar. In terms of seats, the regional party's best performance was in 1989, when they won 261 seats, while the worst performance was in 1984, when they could win just 127 seats. This was when Congress won 414 seats in the aftermath of Indira Gandhi's assassination. Again, a clarification here. All parties other than BJP and Congress have been considered as a regional party in this analysis. Now, as we've discussed, the regional parties have got 50%, whereas BJP and Congress combined the other 50%. As we see in the graph on the screen, whenever BJP gains vote share, it is at the cost of Congress. And whenever Congress has gained vote share, it is largely at the expense of the BJP, while the regional parties have more or less remained at constant level, except for a big blip of 6% in the last elections. Now, the role of the regional parties has gained importance in the coalition era, which lasted from 1989 to 2009. The regional parties during this period won 43% of the seats, whereas the BJP and Congress combined 57% of the seats. In fact, from 1989 to 2009, the regional parties on a combined basis have won a higher number of seats than both the BJP and the Congress individually, except for 1991, when Congress won more seats than regional parties because of the sympathy wave created in its favor due to the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi during the campaign period. Let's delve more into these regional parties. Most of the regional parties are confined to their home states and get almost all their votes from there, as we see in the graph below. For example, the Trinamool Congress gets 99% of its votes from Bengal, the Biju Janata Dal from Odisha, the Samajwadi Party from UP, JDU and RJD from Bihar, the TDP and YSRCP from Andhra Pradesh, BRS from Telangana, NCP and Shiv Sena from Maharashtra, DMK and AIADMK from Tamil Nadu, etc. So they are confined to the perimeter of one state. Only the Aam Aadmi Party, the CPM, the Communist Party Marxist, and the Bahujan Samaj Party have presence in more than one state. The regional parties could play a crucial role in 2024 elections. And that's why we see both the BJP and the Congress have started wooing them. While the BJP has revived the NDA, the UPA is now rebranded or re-christened as INDIA. Most of the big regional parties have already decided whom they are backing. While the NDA boasts of 36 parties, the INDIA has 26 parties in its fold. The prominent parties which are in the INDIA bloc are the DMK, the TMC, the Uddhav Sena, the Samajwadi Party, JDU, CPM, CPI, AAP, JMM, NCP, RJD, etc. These combined have 92 seats currently and have recorded 17% vote share in 2019. The prominent parties aggregating to 29 seats and 4% vote share like the Shiv Sena, the NCP Ajit Pawar, the Lok Janshakti Party, the Apna Dal, the AIADMK, the AJSU, and some of the northeastern parties like NDPP, NPP, NPF, and SKM are part of the NDA bloc. On the other hand, we have parties like Jagan Reddy's YSRCP, Naveen Patnaik's Biju Janata Dal, Mayawati's Bahujan Samaj Party, Chandrababu Naidu's Telugu Desam Party, Prakash Singh Badal's Akali Dal, and KCR's Bharatiya Rashtriya Samiti, which account for 58 seats and have 12% vote share. They have not decided to join any other alliance till date. Now, all these regional parties, whether part of India or NDA or non-aligned account for almost 190 seats between them with 43% vote share. So, who will win 2024 depends a lot upon how these regional parties perform and whether they propel or sink the chances of their NDA and INDIA blocks. So, who will win 2024 also depends upon whether it will be a Modi versus Rahul fight again. While the BJP wishes to make it a presidential type of a contest, which is Modi versus Rahul again, many parties of the INDIA bloc are shying away from it as they feel that this could take the focus away from issues. On the other hand, many in Congress argue that Rahul's popularity has received a boost post the Bharat Jodo Yatra and he should take the lead and charge. In Lok Sabha elections 2019, for 37% of voters, the PM face was the most important consideration. So if the INDIA alliance does not declare a PM candidate, then they run the risk of excluding a big chunk of voters from their target addressable market. Despite the 9 years of rule, the heartening fact for the BJP is that Narendra Modi's popularity is intact. As per a CSDS survey in May 2023, 43% people want to see Modi as the Prime Minister. This is just a marginal drop of 1% compared to 2019. At the same time, 27% want to see Rahul as the Prime Minister. This is a 4% increase versus 2019, but the heartening fact for Congress is that this number is almost double the 2014 popularity rating of Rahul Gandhi. So Rahul Gandhi has closed the gap from 21% in 2019 to 16% now. But this 16% is still very huge. Rahul is also now the popular choice of 1/3 of the voters who feel that he is best suited to take on the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, followed by Arvind Kejriwal at 11%. Rahul's popularity has also increased post BJY as 15% of the respondents have started liking him after the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Now, almost 25% of the respondents in CSDS survey said that neither they like nor they dislike both Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi. So these could be the part of the loyal voter segment of both these parties, which we talked about in the first episode, some 31%. However, almost a quarter, 23%, don't like Modi, whereas 16% don't like Rahul Gandhi. What does this mean? This shows that Rahul is more acceptable and less polarizing figure. However, in elections, the votes are fetched by polarizing figures who evoke strong emotions. Even if today the INDIA bloc does not declare Rahul Gandhi as PM candidate, the BJP is going to make it a Modi versus Rahul contest. So who will win 2024 will also depend a lot on the performance of these two leaders, Rahul and Narendra Modi. And we could again see a battle between Modi and Rahul in 2024. Friends, now we've come to the end of this episode. To recap, we discussed about the possibilities of the 3 key players in this election puzzle: the BJP, the Congress, and the regional parties. Who will win 2024 depends a lot on the performance of these parties as well as the regional parties, which could propel or sink the chances of the BJP-led NDA or the Congress-led INDIA. Also, the form of the 2 captains, Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi, could also decide who is ultimately going to win the battle of 2024. Rahul Gandhi is starting a second Bharat Jodo Yatra, and the Congress party is hopeful that this could increase his popularity and help him to bridge the big gap which we discussed of 16% which still exists. Can he bridge this gap and help the Congress trump Modi and BJP in 2024? Only time will tell. Namaste. Thank you.